second half maybe compared to the first for the team?
Yeah, even the last three quarters, right? I mean, this first quarter or second quarter, excuse me. I think we were down one in that quarter. I think our physicality or lack thereof to start the game and resistance was apparent, and they make shots regardless. So when you don't have that resistance and physicality, you can have a quarter like that against them. And then on the other end, same thing. We just didn't get any pressure on the rim, no paint touches, didn't set good screen angles, didn't roll. Didn't try to get to the paint for a teammate. A lot of things that we preached, and a lot of things that when we've had rough patches, they've been a common theme. So we need to improve in some of those areas. So we try to mitigate some of that.
Starting 1 for 15 from 3 probably didn't help either.
It didn't, and I actually thought we missed some really good shots. I thought there was a stretch we took some poor ones, but I think early on we missed some really good shots. I know Harrison had a couple good ones. I think Fox had a good one. And that happens. But again, when you don't get to the paint or put pressure on the rim consistently, now you're really, really almost in desperation mode to make those shots, where instead those shots should almost be the complementary that start your runs for you.
You mentioned physicality, and that can also show up in the rebounding numbers, which you guys were out rebounded again tonight. Is there a point in there where you're starting to think about Biombo just to mix things up, or?
Yeah, and I think tonight, it's sometimes counterintuitive against them. It's a lot of long shots, long rebounds. A lot of shots that were missed by us and went over our head. It wasn't the being bullied down low and a lack of physicality. I'm sure there was a couple, but I think some of that discipline of understanding, when they shoot threes, those misses aren't the same as misses at the rim.
You talked about pregame about kind of having a few days to think about the new face of the team or the new look of the team with De'Aaron. Do you think that will give you time to give you some new stuff when you come back?
I think so. I think we have to, evaluate this small sample size, but things that we've seen, things that we've learned. It's hard, we just go into game after game right now, so we're trying to do things on the fly. But I think to be able to catch our breath and really dig in to see what we want to invest our money into for the final third of the season. Doesn't mean it's right, but at least we'll have some time to make some decisions.
Money meaning time and minutes and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, in combinations. Yeah, we have a unique blend of roster and people that we're trying to play, and sometimes one person that goes in here affects the whole ecosystem of everybody else. And so whether that's us putting better combinations together, putting them in better environments, and the guys also really committing to wanting to play for each other. Understanding that, there's a lot of minutes and shots that have to be dispersed, and those shots are always better when guys get to the paint and we make connecting plays.
Now that there is a break, and it's, like you said, coming up on the last third of the season, it's time to kind of, like fans back home wonder what the goal is for this last part of it. Is it continuing to find those combinations that you can rely on for the next several years? Is it still, try to make this play in? How do you kind of balance those two things?
It's a balance, and that's what we're going to do. We're trying to win games, and we're trying to get people better, and we're trying to learn about our guys and move this thing forward in the right way. And, we're not going to do anything that we don't feel like is moving towards the right way.
And elaborating on that, with the All-Star break approaching, how do you assess the progress the team has made this season, and what will the focus be moving forward?
I think the team has made tremendous strides in their consistency and their maturity and trying to play and execute in what we ask, and I think that's going to be the continued goal. And I think anytime you improve, expectations come with that. I think anytime you add a good player, expectations come with that. And I think that we will be stubborn and not skipping steps and trusting that we're going to go about this the right way while also being maniacally about trying to win and compete.
The guys that aren't flying from here across the country to be a part of All-Star, what do you hope those guys get out of the break? The guys that aren't part of that.
Yeah, we've had a hellacious run, right? You go back to New York and Christmas and LA for a week and Paris for a week and game after game and now the rodeo. And again, everyone has a story and everyone's season's long, but I hope everybody just does what they need to do. Some people need to get away from basketball. Some people need to sleep in. Some people need, whatever, have a peanut butter and jelly and not have to eat healthy, a day or two. I don't know. But I hope they, safe travels, and when we get back this thing, that's ripping and running. So we got to hit the ground, ready to go.
Thank you.
All right, safe travels.